Liam, what were you thinking, buddy?
There is a bomb under your seat. If you...
Retribution is, well, it's not great. It's an action thriller, light on the thrills. It stars Liam Neeson, and it might as well have been called Taken Part 7, Retribution. This time, it's personal. The film is set in Germany, and the basic plot is that someone keeps putting bombs in cars, and a bank executive, played by Liam Neeson, receives a bomb threat while driving his children to school, that his car will explode if they stop and get out of the car. The bomb has weighted plates, so if Liam Neeson's character Matt gets out of the car, it will explode immediately, and there's a remote detonation device if he tries to do any shenanigans. We've seen things like this before with the 1994 film Speed, starring Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, and it's a much better film, so maybe just go rent that, save yourself some time on this one. The movie is actually a remake of the 2015 Spanish film El Desconocido. This is a spoiler-free look at Retribution. The performances are actually pretty solid in the movie, and Liam Neeson does his best with the material that he's given, but that's the problem, is that the material he's given is not very interesting. It's compelling to a point, but man, in the third act, it just falls apart. Jack Champion of Scream 6 fame does a pretty solid job as Liam Neeson's son. Lilly Aspell, his daughter, in the film does a really great job as well, but the plot is where things just fall off the rails. Although I really enjoy Liam Neeson as an actor, it's hard to root for his character, who plays somewhat of a douchey bank executive. He's not overtly all about making that money, but you see it in subtle ways in how he ignores his wife, has a super fancy car, and doesn't seem to really care that much about his kids. That is until they're in danger of being blown up. The film tries to set up a mystery around who is doing these bombings, but it's painfully obvious who it is, and the character's motivation doesn't make any sense. Again, I won't go into spoilers, but in the final act of the film, it's like they didn't know where they were wanting to go with it, and so they just kind of ended it very quickly. This film has one of the most abrupt endings I've ever seen, and the credits rolled, and I kind of was just looking over at other patrons like, oh, is it over? I just wanted them to do better by old Jean Valjean. This movie feels like it would have been a great 1990s or early 2000s thriller, but in 2023, we expect more as an audience. I realize that sounds super pretentious, but if you've seen something like Hypnotic with Ben Affleck, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like they have this thin plot concept of, let's put bombs in cars, and if people try to get out of them, the car explodes, but then they don't know where to take it in terms of actual story and plot mechanics. The film reaches its climax and then just boom, cut to credits. I actually like encouraging people to go to the movie theater, but it pains me to tell people that a movie's not great. And this one's not great. So it's not all bad here. There were a few moments that worked, but just having a few moments in a film doesn't make it a great movie. Anything you see in this film has been done better before in other movies. Car chase scenes, the bombs and explosions have been done better in other movies. And an overall compelling plot involving bombs and vehicles has been done way better numerous times before this. So you could make the argument that no movie is necessary, but this movie definitely isn't at all. It's just not needed, it's not interesting, and it's not something I would recommend to anyone. Retribution clocks in at an hour and 31 minutes, and it probably could have used a little bit extra time at the tail end of the film, where it just ends and leaves you kind of like, okay, see ya. I never really liked to bag on films, but this felt like a super generic movie. Even the title, Retribution. It's never made clear why someone wants retribution on someone else, even though they fully explain through exposition why they did what they did. When they explain it, it just doesn't make any sense. It's they needed the shocking Scooby-Doo reveal moment, and it was just like, yeah, we know. I thought they might go in a more interesting common man rising up against elites, similar to what they did in The Dark Knight Rises, but they don't do that. This movie's definitely landed on my most forgettable of 2023. What's the name of the Retribution? God, I can't remember. My wife asked me what the name of the movie was, and I was like, I don't remember. Damn. That forgettable. The movie feels like it was more of a straight to streaming kind of vibe, where you're just sitting on your couch thumbing through and you're like, oh yeah, we'll check that out. Liam Neeson. Give it a watch. It's not something I would recommend you spending your money at the theater for, though. So who is Retribution for? Well, it's not for me. I think it's for anybody who kind of loved those early 1990s, early 2000s movies that are kind of corny and have a fun plot concept, but that aren't really great films, that just kind of are more, let's eat some popcorn and go kill an hour and a half. If that describes you, then go for it. Check it out, but it's not really how I want to spend an hour and a half of my time, but I do it for you. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. Check out my latest video here, and I will catch you in the next one. Retribution. This movie will blow your mind. Or your load.